Good evening, Joan, and I think that's Rachel Cohen. Nice to see you. It's just on 8 o'clock. I'll wait for a couple of minutes and get started. I'd love to get some stories, Rach. How bad were the waters where you were? Did it Charters Towers at 17 metres or some of those terrible stories get down to Townsville?
Look, I'm okay in Kerwin at home and at
Mm,
work, but yeah, kind of quite oblivious to other stuff happening. I'm so busy at work too, but a bit
mm.
crazy seeing all the videos and hearing all the stories and news.
I have driven. Have I got it right? Is the Townsville Road to Charters Towers or the Cairns? Is Charters Towers inland from Townsville?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
about an hour,
I've done that.
hour and a quarter.
I've done that road, that drive out there, and when you cross the river, they show that mark on the tree, 17 metres, 23 metres, 25 metres when the flood comes through. So it's just staggering when the waters come down off the high. It's just quite amazing. You don't believe it coming from Melbourne. It's very flat and never floods.
Yes, exactly. And
So
it's
it's a
funny,
big,
like, I'm in Kerwin and, it feels like it hasn't stopped raining for 2 weeks, but I just don't see the flooding and stuff around our area. So I'm kind of quite,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
a bit
lucky.
naive to what's happening elsewhere.
Now, a personal question: do you have a front lawn or a back lawn?
A little bit of both.
Does it grow like 10 centimetres a day with all the sun and the rain? You must be doing the lawn every couple of days.
Well, it's too boggy and wet to mow the lawn, but at the moment it's not too bad. I don't know, we seem to have grass that doesn't grow. You get those little bits that grow up, but
Yeah,
otherwise it's looking pretty good. But driving around's pretty horrendous.
yeah,
There's a
because
lot of
when you
long
get
grass.
all that water, and the minute the sun comes out, it just takes off. There
Yeah,
you go.
no, it's kind of very sloshy and puddly still.
Yeah. Yes, we're in a big country. It's very dry down here.
Yeah,
Well, it's
well, I'll try and send
8:02.
some rain your way.
Please do. We're always happy to take it. Though I was talking to Rob today. He was saying Amanda was in Brisbane. He said it was 92% humidity. So I reckon it's 100% raining. So it's a very different world. Well, everyone, I am going to start sharing my screen and just get started. This is 1 second on the screen, and people can just jump in as we get started. So thank you very much for taking the opportunity to jump onto this call. This is my first call for the year. I think we counted up last year. I think it was something like 85 calls we did for the year. So we're pretty efficient at it. Robert sent his apologies. It's his wife's birthday and he's taken her out for dinner. And I'm heading up to Sydney for the gift fair tomorrow and the next day. So it'll be quite a busy show. Of course, this will be recorded. We share it. We get a tremendous amount of people looking after we record it. A special hello to the licensee or the member that dials in at 2:30 every time we publish it and watches the full presentation at 2:30 in the morning. So I'd love to know who it is, but we don't get visibility. So we'll just get started, and thank you for your time. What's the agenda tonight? It's about the February booklet. I'll talk about Easter. I'll feature a supplier of the month, talk a bit about Anzac, toys, books and craft. Start with a little bit of an ad. I hope you've all seen the business savings that we're producing now. This is what we call our member savings. We've partied up with Indie Hub, who does electricity and gas reviews. If you're an in conjunction store, they can check your SPOS rates. They do phone and internet, which has been a tremendous saving, and they're also doing some insurance work. A little bit of an ad. It's been going now since November. Last week, Robe in South Australia scanned their bills in. So it's a matter of just simply scanning your last electricity bill, your last gas bill. You've got to have the last page with the measurements on it. They came back to Trish in Robe in a day and a half and said, we can save you $5,000 on your business electricity and gas. So very easy, very simple. If you want it, we can send you the link, or I can get Matthew to call you, but it's very easy. There are a couple of pockets. I think, Rachel, there's not much competition where you are in Townsville. I think they're just government electricity, but there's plenty of other opportunities. So that's just a bit of an ad that we encourage people to take advantage of. February members exclusive. The booklet was launched last week. You might have noticed we've changed the contents page. This is from the feedback. We've done a couple of surveys. Thank you for those members that participated. And the surveys was, can you make it a bit clearer where all the discounts are? Because I just like to buy product that's got specials to get a better margin. So we've changed the front cover. This is our February one. So what do? We strive to give members exclusive discounts. And you can see down there on this new supply column, we've put down the extra discounts you get for the month by dealing with these particular vendors. So look at Brumby's a great example down there on page 20. They're offering discounts, an extra discount up to 33%. So that makes it a bit easier for you. And then we put a little bit of a tick if it's a members only price. Someone like PFD, if you do confectionery, they do very little members only price, but they offer their network pricing. So what's in February? We've got 40 vendors in the booklet. It's got 88 pages. There's 12 members exclusive pricing deals, which highlighted in red. We've got the new index, which I just talked about. And just look out for these icons. We try to put this all through the book to make it easy for you. I've had a sneak preview. Because it's a digital booklet, we get some wonderful insights. At the moment, members are averaging 11 minutes going through the booklet. And the open rate in the first day and a half was something like 80% of people opened the booklet. So that tells me that people have sold through their December stock, they've sold through January and looking to restock, and there's plenty of offers there to page. So I'll take you through some of the offers. New, we always try to find new, and I encourage all members to have a look at your store, look at your product. Have you got new product? Because you've got the same customers generally that come in fortnightly, monthly, quarterly. They see product, look for new. So who are the new vendors? One is Sweet Health, which I'll talk about the next slide. The next one we're thrilled to have on team is Licensing Essentials. They have got everything you need for football. And when I say football, I'm talking AFL football, I'm talking NRL football, I'm talking soccer football. So you can do the Cowboys, you can brand a theme, you can pick one team, you can pick all the teams, you can pick lunch pails, you can pick drink bottles, stubby holders, you can choose lots and lots of products. So we'll be doing a lot more work with Licensing Essentials. And next week, or might it be this week, Rob is going to send out their Father's Day pre-buy booklet for all their Father's Day merchandise, which is Jim Beam, which is Jack Daniels, which is Coca-Cola, some different sort of memorabilia, but all on licensed products. So news important. Please have a look at those two new vendors. Which is the one I wanted to talk to you about, the vendor we feature, which is Sweet Health. We bumped into Sweet Health at one of the trade shows last year. It's a small boutique firm that produces wonderful little treats. So I'll stop sharing for 1 minute just so I can show you that I've got a sample of the product. This product comes in little glass milk bottles. There's a small and a large side. Turnaround segment. Of course, this is the Christmas. It'll be different for Easter. But the concept is everything in this jar with the instructions, you can make a cake or a cookie, what it like. So it's a really good little product. It comes in glass. It's not plastic. It's a good quality product. I'll just go back to sharing my screen. So it's a great product. I've said it's wonderful for a grandparent to give to a child, or a parent or a godfather, something in that area to do with that child, or to send to a child when they're living away from home. So I think, I don't think it's a girl or boy, it's a cooking thing. The product sells from $16, which is quite reasonable. The margins are 45. And what I like about it, you've only got to buy 5 of any one style. And more importantly, that wonderful logo up there, it's made in Australia. So as we try and hunt out small and unique products, something that you won't find in other stores, you won't find in the big department stores, the mass merchants. So this is a great little product. It fits well for Easter, but of course, these products, if you buy some broader products, they become gifts throughout the full year. So that's our feature of the month. Sorry, my slide's not working. Let's talk about Easter. Easter's an interesting period. It's late this year. It's probably on the second latest. It's towards the back end of April. April 17th is Good Friday, and the week after, the Friday after that, is the Anzac Day weekend. And school holidays, depending on what state you are, is either a week or two before that. So it'll be quite a disrupted period for April with school holidays, Easter holidays, and Anzac long weekend. So it'll be, as a store point of view, it'll be a nightmare. If you think of it, there's got to be at least 4 short weeks where you get all your work done. So it'll be busy. So what is our Easter message? You just create simple Easter displays like we've got there. We've got some decorations. We've got books and toys. We'll focus on confectionery, a little bit on decorations, a section on books and toys. And so we'll get moving. Let's see if my slide, now its battery's gone flat. Easter confectionery, just to comment on confectionery generally, certainly now as we're heading out of the warm period, and some of those stores are a bit reluctant to keep confectionery because they might be closed over the weekend and the air conditioning not on. It's certainly something that we have tremendous success for. When we send our booklets out and we use electronically what they look at, one of the most highest open pages is confectionery, because members are looking for impulse confectionery to give to their customers. So there's three that we're focusing on here. We've talked about Sweet Health, which is on page 4 of the booklet, and that's very much a gifting product. Hamper World, which we've dealt with for years, they've created these little pillow packs. They did them last Mother's Day. They've done them for Father's Day. They've got a bit of an Easter theme. These are great little things to have on your counter. If someone's sending a parcel, you just throw some lollies, throw some sweets in there. So that's a nice little product. And a very big one that I'd really like to promote is Ministry of Chocolate. This is very much in the gifting range. It's quality gifting, presents very well. You can see from those images, the packaging and the branding is absolutely magnificent. Really Australian-made, top quality. And the other one there that didn't quite make the book, which was annoyed at, was Chocomama. So we'll be putting some Chocomama in the April, or the where are we now? March, in the March booklet. But Chocomama is another one of those Australian-made boutique confectionery that you can have by your impulse counter, where people are looking for stuff that's not in looking for merchandise that's not in supermarkets. Go to decorations. Look, it is a short period and a little bit of display, but if you want to play in that space, EJF is a really good supplier. They've got pages and pages of decorations, of cards, of wraps, and the beauty about that, nearly everything is an MOQ of 1, so you can build your own range in the store. We've gone together with Melmar. We've created a little page called CBG Decorations, and that's got an MOQ of 1, and a very low MOV order. So you can say, look, I want to do some Easter eggs, I'll do some bunnies, I'll do some table decorations, I might do a shelf, I might do a table. So that's worth looking at. And our friends at Splosh, it's fair to say they're a bit quiet last year post the COVID quietness, going internationally sourcing products, but they've got a wonderful range. We've had a sneak preview of what they've got at the gift fair coming up, and they've got some great product. But from the Splosh, have a look at their mugs and some of that beautiful plush with the big ears on it. It can sell for Easter, but the beauty of that, it can sell anytime. It's got that lovely squash sensation with the big ears and a lovely smile. The next area to have a look at is books. Books continue to do very well for us. It's a very important category, and I know posters walking away from the amount of books they do, which is disappointing because there's one of their strengths. Brumby Sun State, based in Queensland there, they've got a wonderful range of booklets. What I love about them, they've got something like 80,000 titles in their warehouse. I've just put this feature, Peter Rabbit, but they've got lots and lots of bundles and extra bonus margins. Brand Licensing Group, they're on page 25. If they, as the word says, they play in licensing. So they've got a really good Bluey range, Spider-Man through the Incredibles, which is an activity set. So start to think of your store. Have you got some activity area, something for the children? And our third book vendor, which does very, very well for us, we've just started to put Heron Books in the last few months. They're once again based down in Brisbane. They've got a wonderful sailor exchange program. So buy the books, and if the titles are looked after, if the quality's looked after and it's still resellable, then you can send it back to them, exchange it for a similar title. That goes very well on the novel packs. Their novel packs are excellent, so I'd certainly have a look at that. And the other one is John Honey, which will do him in the March books. He's got some activity as well. But have a look in your store and say, what is my book section like? Does it need to be refreshed? Can I find something new? And to get me through those holiday periods. You've got 2 weeks of school holidays, you've got a week of Easter and the Anzac Day long weekend. And the sale exchange I mentioned. Let's move it into toys. Toys, we try to find different products, and I'll stop sharing again. Just want to talk about Mad Mia. I'll just stop sharing. I've wanted a little sample here. Mad Mia are these wonderful, crazy socks. Now, they tell me they're unisex, but I tend to think they're little girls. Mark from Mount Pleasant in Mackay, I think, introduced to us at the Sydney Gift Fair last year. He sold something like 26 MDUs over the last couple of years. So we really have had some good success with the Mad Mia product. And now that school's gone back, I think it's the perfect time to have a look at it. And as you can see on that little logo up there, they're offering a 5% discount. So that's on page 31. They come in little MDUs, you've got half displays. If you want to do some slat wall, next to the counter. You can build your own display. And I don't think it's climate driven. These young girls, they just wear these silly bobby socks. Jasnor once again is licensed. I put that in the premium license range. Have a look in your store. Do you want a bit more bluey? They do wonderful Claris. They do Hello Kitty. They've got Miffy. They've got pages and pages of brands. So have a look at that in page 34. All Brands, once again, it's interesting. Another Queensland vendor. Very strong All Brands. They've got something like 40 different licensed toy brands in the shop. The ones I highlight here are Caterpillar trucks, but they've got Bluey, they've got Mermaid, they've got You Want It, they've got it. They've got water pistols, they've got guns, they've got everything. So have a look at All Brands. There's pages of them from page 38. Toys continued. Pink Poppy. I just call this perfect for princess, or princess perfect. This is great for little girls. I refuse to accept it's boys, but maybe boys play with it. But it's very pink. It's very friendly. It's very on topic, and they've got a great connection with Emma Memma as well. So think about your store. Have you got a girls section? Can you refresh it with Pink Poppy? Because you've got these great little counter units that, little bangles, little hair pieces, little wands, everything that the young girl love to play with. As the sign said, gift for any princess. Tie, I love that call. World's #1 plush. So it's a big claim, but they seem to be able to make it. They've got a wonderful collection of new stands. They've got a 10% discount for those that haven't got it. It's been around for a while. We encourage people to have a look. They've also got some good small units if you don't want to do the full stand, but certainly those googly-eyed products, they just seem to bloody keep growing, and they've got that collectible. All Brands, once again, talked about All Brands. They've got licensed toys galore, and the beauty is now they've reduced their MOV to $350, which is, with the amount of toys they've got, is very easy to make a wonderful collection for All Brands. And what I like to, they've got a really good activity book section heading into this holiday period. Art and craft, that's a category. I think it works very well in the cooler months, trying to keep children busy. Holiday houses, caravans, tourist areas. We've got two vendors that really specialise in art and craft. One is Boyle, and they're talking play and learn with craft. So think about your store. Have you got half a four-way? Can you make a children's crafts connection and refresh it? So that's with Boyle on page 56. Their margins are great, up to 56%. Montmart, once again, another Queensland vendor. They're doing great discounts up to 25% off their normal price. Nothing sells more than $20. These are the experts in craft. They source it, they create it and develop all the offers in Brisbane, and they send to something like 30 countries around the world. You can buy Montmart craft. So they are the specialists. They've got pens, they've got papers, they've got books, they've got boards, they've got eggs to paint. They're just really great to create a craft section, and they refresh their range continually. And like I said, create your own craft section. As we progress, Anzac Day, that is the third. It's the trilogy, the third in our trilogy of events. There are three areas you want to play in Anzac Day for this year. One is military shop. Certainly, Townsville there, that big military base. That's possibly something you could look at there, Michelle. So that's on page 88. Pages of unique offers with margins up to 60%. All Gifts do some really good tea towels, some jotter notes in their general range, but they've also reprinted that onto the poppies. So this is something that can sell beyond Anzac Day. It's a wonderful gift. I also encourage for people sending parcels to throw a tea towel in. Something from Australiana has gone very, very well. I was at Clonard in Geelong last week with the new members just signing up, and the previous operator had a whole side wall of All Gifts, and they said there's hardly anyone sends a parcel overseas without grabbing one of these lightweight parcels to supplement the gift. And the third area we talk about is Anzac biscuits. Now, this is a great. When I was at Post, we did really well out of the biscuits. Unfortunately, Post walked away, so Hamper Wheels picked it up. It is a classic. It is in supermarkets. The price has gone up a bit. It's now $16.99. It's a 30% margin. But what I like about that, it's only an MOQ of 8. So you can pick one of the two designs and have an Anzac table or collection in your store. Now, here's something we're really chuffed about. We get lots and lots of demands for appliances. When we did the Nero range, I think it was in October, we're selling microwaves and fans, all sorts of products went very, very well. Dynamic have come to us and said, we've got the Sunbeam range. like I said, so it's Newton Dynamic. It's on page 74. I think this is a really strong rural offer. You've got kettles, you've got toasters, you've got sandwich makers, you've got iced coffee makers. There's a full range of product. It's a known brand. And we've pitched the price. We've recommended the price is the same price as Sunbeam sell it in their online shop. But I think there's the ability, if you want to put another $10 on, you might be able to, maybe 15 in some towns. Their RRP is from 39 to 109, so it's a branded product. Their margins are tight at 6 to 16%, so I think there's scope to review that. The beauty I love about it is MOQ of 1, and they've got white and black colours, so you can build a wall bay for your country store or a side of just appliances. The MOV from Dynamic is $250. So if you're buying ink, you can also say, look, give me a couple of kettles, give me some toasters so I can service my country stores. So that's appliances, and we'll be doing something next on Mother's Day with the Nero range from GNS. So please jump on board if you're a country store. Now, Jackhammer, absolutely thrilled to announce Jackhammer's come back into the fold. Where's my page? So it's new to EJF. So Jackhammer, when we're at post, used to go direct to store. They've stopped that now. They only go direct to warehouse. EJF has got a warehouse, so they've picked it up on board. I'm thrilled to welcome them back. So it's general hardware lines, it's L plates, it's spanners, it's cable ties, it's get out of trouble hardware lines. This goes really well in regional Australia. It goes really well in city stores. So if you think of those city stores with all the apartments, there's not a hardware around, and you just need some pliers or a hammer to hang some hooks or some picture wire, it's a really good product. So we've got a really competitive RRP. Products from low as $2.99 to $13.99. Margins up to 56%. And what I like about MOQ of 1. So Ken at EJF said, look, I'll open all the jackhammers so you can build your range, which is great. And it only got to spend $100 for the product, which I think is excellent. So we're thrilled to have that. And I think it's exclusive to CBG at this stage. The next slide, for those selling mobile phones, just a bit of an ad for SIM Connect. I'll just throw it all out. Just an ad. They've got 3 warehouses. They've got over 80 different types of handsets. They've got a dedicated rep service. For the month of February, they've talked about 3 new handsets, which is the Oppo and the Galaxy. Really encourage people to have a look at newness. I know that posters, I think they're down to 15 handsets in the warehouse, which I think is just a crime to what they used to have. SIM Connect is a great service. They'll dispatch the same day if they can, or the next day. It's a really good service. So if you're in the telco space, and I think last time I looked, about 120 of our members sell it. It's not a metro offer because there's so much competition, but in regional Australia, where people want to grab a phone, I have it. And even metro, I encourage some of these big button granny type phones is worth having. Refer a friend, just a quick ad to wrap up. Of course, anyone that you recommend to join, you get $25 discount off your membership, and so do they. We're lucky yesterday, our member in Melbourne at Maryknoll recommended his friend for Nil, so they joined, and that was wonderful. So that's just an ad to help us grow. And I would like to conclude the presentation by saying, sell well. I'll stop sharing, and thank you for participating. Are there any questions for the audience I can help, or anything that you would like me to tackle?
Peter, it's Rachel here in Townsville. I've been a little bit absent because I'm, just crazy busy with the news agents and post office. But do you guys no longer send out the paper-based catalogues? It's all digital?
Oh, no. Actually, what I'll do, I'll show you our calendar. We've moved to, we will do 6 physical catalogues a year, and I'll share the, in fact, I'll give you 1 second. I'll share the screen and show you the calendar. Promo calendar, where's...
I think most people probably love digital, but I'm probably the opposite in the fact that I'm on the computers from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. So I kind of like flicking through a catalogue.
I'm totally with you. No, so here's our promotional catalogue. We'll send that again. So here in the months we do the online, but we will do Mother's Day, the big events. Mother's Day is a hard copy booklet. Our winter program, book 1 and 2 is a hard copy booklet. Our Father's Day is a hard copy booklet. Our second Christmas is a hard copy booklet, and back to school is a hard copy. So it sort of works out, if you look at that in grey, every 3rd month we do a hard copy booklet, and then we do the online ones during the period. And the main reason for that, Rachel, was it just got so expensive to send out.
I can imagine, yeah.
I've just lost my screen. So we'd love to do it. I was happy to share the numbers. The rough rule of thumbs, with the postal increase, it's costing us now $7.50 to post every booklet. It costs us about $15,000 to produce a booklet and about $5,000 to $7,000 to design it. So that was expensive. So we said, look, let's do those for the big events, and we supplement it for the online booklets. We talked around the other day whether we have an option, if people want it, we could print it and send it out. I'm happy to take any suggestions. But I do know we're committed to the booklets for those main events. It's just in the odd months we'll go to online.
Yep, no problem. So I'll keep a better eye out for emails.
Yeah. And we are another point too. If you want to go to a different email address, you want to go to your home one to look on your laptop, just drop us a line. We can email it to anywhere.
Thank you.
And the other thing I do like, Rachel, is because it's digital, we get to see, we get some insights into how many pages people look at, what they look at, how long they spend on the booklet, and like some of the offers, which it won't be fair to say here, in the last couple of years, some pages they turned over so quickly it just doesn't resonate. So that helps us shape the offer going forward as well.
Yeah, right. Isn't that incredible? Technology is amazing.
So I can tell you now that of the booklet that's just gone out, the one we're talking about, members are spending over 10.5 minutes going through the booklet, which is the highest on ever. It's still too early to work out what pages they go. We get that after each week, but I just find it fascinating to go, oh my God, no one even looked at that offer. So that's all you can. I'll give you another hint. When we did the Australian Made, the most popular booklet we've ever sent was Australian Made. It was opened by nearly everybody, and they spent forever looking at it. So we know there's a demand for Australian Made. We need to provide that. The problem is there's so little product made in Australia now that we can find. So there is when we go to the gift fair in Sydney on the weekend, there's a big haul on Australian Made. So hopefully we can add to some to it, because there's a tremendous demand for Australian Made.
While you're speaking of gift fairs, do you know when the Melbourne one's on? I haven't been to a gift fair yet, and I'm busting to go. It's been so difficult to.
Yes, it is in August.
August, right, cool.
What we haven't done, because the Sydney ones are now, we've been promoting that the last couple of weeks, we haven't said anything about Melbourne, because that would people. But we're going to have a very big event in Melbourne. We'll encourage people. So we will, if you wait for just a week or two to get over the Sydney trip, then we'll start to send a note so people can plan for August. I believe the August event of the two, this one in Sydney is a funny one because it's a little bit too early and it's a little bit too late for Mother's Day. It's a bit about a refreshing range, whereas Christmas, so the one for August is a great opportunity because all the vendors got Christmas on display and you can place orders then for Christmas stock and get it straight away. And it is, it's 5 hall. It's a big event, so we'll share all those details with you. And we're probably going to have some drinks or a counter meal at one of the pubs down there for all the people that are travelling.
Perfect.
Okay. Any other questions, ladies? And if not, you've got my mobile number. We only improve if you tell us what's wrong. The survey was fantastic. That's why we changed the index. As soon as we get any feedback, the beauty of it, we don't have to ask anyone. Say, that doesn't work, let's change it. So we try really, really hard to make it easy for you. Please let us know if we can do anything to help.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good night. I'll let you know after the trade fair. Thank you.